I'm Kent McGuire. I had 45 minutes of prepared remarks to set this panel up, but I've decided that they're not needed, and Patrick is just giving me the 5-minute sign. I'll take, hopefully, less time than that. In many ways, Randy's comments did as good a job of setting up this first panel as mine would have. I was prepared to say, for instance, that we have for at least the last decade and a half seen the task of getting deep learning outcomes largely as either a technical matter. We could just get the right routines, manage our classrooms in the right ways, maybe put the kids in uniforms to help with discipline and structure, that things would be okay. And if on top of that, we could introduce the right governance, control, and maybe some competition, things would sort of work out. We could keep the cost of teaching low with a steady stream of young folks passing through the schools. And we could bring it down a little further if we would charterize a bunch of them. But the data are not on that. That theory doesn't hold too much water. So you guys are in for a treat with Alan, Kara, and Molly, who've been unweaving that theory through their own work in various ways. I am not going to introduce them. You've got the data in your packets, and I think you'll appreciate even more who they are as they get into their presentations. Let me try to give you a picture of the next 55 minutes so we don't violate this. The last thing I want to do is mess with the design that Esther so carefully worked out. I think Leo described her very well. Even as a moderator, I felt as if I'd had an enormous amount of attention paid to me over the last few weeks, even down to 2 minutes. We're going to take the next 20 minutes and hear from our panel. I'll pause at the 15-minute mark if there is a burning question or a blinding insight that applies to something you just heard. Do not get up if you don't have one of those two things, all right? All right. We will follow that with roughly 20 minutes of interaction between us and you, and we will close with another 5 minutes or so, Patrick. Back here at the panel, I want to give folks an opportunity to consider what they've heard and to offer us any final comments or thoughts that they might have. We good? All right, with that, Alan, Karen?